Hello and welcome to our Friday stream. Sorry, sorry for the late start, but as you can see, I fixed my cam at least a little bit. I'm now brighter again, but yeah, it took some time. No, it doesn't matter. Yes, hello and welcome to our first new broadcast in, I think, 2 months. New broadcast episode 22 today on the 15th of May 2026. Of course, me, your host, Paul, this time under a new channel name, Paul on Air. I promised that your podcast will never really go away. Your podcast will always stay as part of the stream, the channel, if you want it. All old new broadcast channels are also still active on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, although I think on Instagram, TikTok I've never uploaded something, just on YouTube. Oh, but actually a good idea, I could co-post things there. I have to think about this in the future. Maybe before we start with anything, I should go a bit into detail about I like the new lighting. Looks nice, but maybe I will tweak it a bit tomorrow when I have time. The reasons for the name change, I think I briefly briefly touched upon this topic in the first stream under the new name. New podcast. I really liked the channel name. I think it was very unique and very, very nice. But it had too much political focus. So let me put it like this. Meaning I had problems finding content, especially in weeks where nothing was really happening. And this also resulted in a motivation problem. Yeah. I felt a bit, I didn't really feel motivated enough sometimes to find new stuff, And you might remember, but the last streams on the old channel name, they didn't really have a political focus. I think I just played a marathon, which was a very nice game, and then tested some stuff, improved the stream quality for the transition. So unfortunately, we seem to have lost some viewers over this, not in a way that they have defollowed me, but in a way that they can't find the channel right now. Actually, other people found it again, but they didn't. So I'm thinking about maybe increasing streaming time to, give them the possibility to come back, to find me again at my brand. My overall plan is to, have new podcasts run as this political side thing, So whenever something happens, like, okay, right now that didn't happen, I just wanted to do a new podcast episode. Whenever something big happens, something you could talk about in a political way, or we recap something like we do right now, which is this is a recap stream, catching up with the world. New podcast will be activated, and I will stream, a political episode. I'm thinking about maybe making it more recognizable. Maybe if I have enough time tomorrow, I will just sit down, because tomorrow I don't have to plan the stream very much. And I talk about this later. And I will create different loading screens and maybe like overlays to make it clear that this right now is a Neuro Broadcast, and when it's not Neuro Broadcast but Paul on Air, it's Paul on Air. Very simple. Maybe with some branding in the top corner of the screen, something like this, if I have enough time. My overall plan for this channel don't think I already mentioned it. It's also a new plan, you know. But very simple. Until 2027, I want to establish something like a foothold online and, well, improve, you know, create better content. I've already started uploading videos online, uploading short form videos on TikTok, YouTube, X also in the future, Instagram. Yeah, my first video about, I think, the Avatar movie leak got a bit more than 1K views and almost 80, I think, likes on TikTok. I'm very happy. Like 1K views was the goal for my first video. And then in the future, like probably in a few weeks, I will start rolling out bigger YouTube projects. Oh, they will be very interesting. You can look forward to these. Oh, they're also quite dangerous topics to touch upon, but necessary, I think, and something of value I could give. And then towards 2028, we want to move towards becoming independent and maybe even profitable. But yeah, this will become difficult, probably, if I don't pull it off correctly. But I think it's very doable. And yeah, so far I've been extremely motivated. Extremely motivated. I'm pumping out content today. After the stream, I will upload the second video. Like, it's about the EU and stuff like this, EU federalism, Europe Day. Maybe I will talk about this later on the stream a bit. I can even show. No, I can't show it to you. It's on my smartphone, on my PC. Yeah, and tomorrow probably I will be reacting live to the Eurovision Song Contest. I still have to look how I want to set this up, but it probably won't be that difficult. Yeah, and then following this, I will slowly start adjusting things, tweaking things, probably starting a bit more like improving the channel, something like this. As I said, new waiting screens, new overlays, stuff like this, just to improve the quality, but without it being too much. I see some people, especially like girl streamers, have their entire screen plastered with things, or like VTubers. I don't like VTubers at all. Not like this, but still that it's somewhat recognizable while being high quality. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody here wants to talk about like his week, because now I talked so much about myself and the plans for the channel. Maybe I could briefly touch upon why I'm doing this, why I'm, well, putting more effort again into this. I almost started, I think, streaming almost 9 months ago. Crazy, actually, how time flies. But okay, I had at least 2 entire months without streaming, and then I'm sometimes skipping streams left and right. So I haven't really streamed for 9 months, but still, I realized this is pretty fun. You know, it's fun to sit here. I feel like I'm improving also on a personal level. You know, it gives me like motivation and confidence. I can talk freely. I have the feeling I can talk much more freely than I was than earlier. I'm looking more after myself. Like I've started to go more to the gym. I'm trying out new methods to like shave my beard, haircut, of course, clothing. Generally, it feels very nice right now. My life, I think it feels pretty good. I'm living the flow, you know. I'm relatively good in school, not Not like how I used to, because I don't grind that much anymore, but still good enough for my, I think, yeah. I've started old hobbies, all creative hobbies next to this. Of course, it's also like a creative hobby, but for example, Warhammer, I started Warhammer again. I have more fun, I think. It feels like I don't really waste my time. This is something I noticed. I think consuming too much. Like right now, our society is, you can divide it upon two groups: the consumers and the people who producers. Of course, it's a very rough segregation, but still. And I think that also consuming too much can make unhappy, and creating more can make you much, much happier. So yeah. And I can generally feel this. Like creating feels good. You get like likes. It's good for your dopamine. Um, like gaming and stuff like this doesn't feel wasted because you do it in stream. Although sometimes it's a bit lonely. Like sometimes I'm sitting in stream and I'm thinking, bro, right now I'm playing a game but nobody's looking. Maybe I should stop. But you can't stop. This is the problem. You have to continue streaming. It's hard. It's very hard. Maybe GTA 6 will come in the clutch. But it will take some time. I will buy it immediately as soon as it is available and stream it, because everything else would be stupid. But yeah, I will also try to establish a foothold before this. And GTA 6 is then something that, is good to become like profitable maybe. As soon as I drive into my first Pride Parade in GTA 6, I will in general be famous in the internet. Online. Maybe I will have people sending me death threats, but it doesn't really matter because I do it for fun. Yes. Yes. And of course, I'm somewhat prideful, I think you say, in this matter. I've built the stream. I mean, we're very small. Like, it all comes up like 75 followers, average viewership. Now together with multi-streaming, probably more, but 3 to 6 people per stream. So we are not very big, but we still have to grind, and we have to try it because everything else is shit. If I should become like a clerk or something like this, I would probably kill myself, which is not very healthy. Okay, I won't kill myself, bro. I'm not a person who kills himself. I think killing yourself is pretty whack. Pretty whack. But yeah, like showing it to the haters, the haters from my school. Have I had? Yeah, I probably have some haters, but they can't do anything against me. I'm happy. I'm feeling good. I have to stream. I feel very happy. And as soon as I become more successful, I own all of them in general, like more than I'm doing right now. Crazy. I'm doing more with my friends again. I enjoy it. I'm more outside. It feels great. It feels great. So yeah, my life story, very, very short. Yeah, and as I said, tomorrow then Eurovision Song Contest, like 5 hour stream. I'm already looking forward to it. Although I have to see with copyright, I'm probably reacting here live. Shit. Sorry. I was just at this Chinese restaurant. And maybe there are small workarounds. Sometimes I can show clips, but will be difficult. Yeah. Maybe I can put something here on screen. I can like make a new scene. Although no, I can actually. Um, yeah, I can. Um, hmm, I have to work on this still. I have to think about it. And on Friday, and no, today it's Friday. On Sunday, we will play Subnautica 2. I bought it today. I already played a bit. It's very nice. Very, very nice. I liked it. And yes. Maybe I will kind of ruin myself over content creation. Sometimes it's a bit unhealthy what I'm doing. Staying awake very long. But yeah, to become a star, you must burn or something like this. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the time to come, with all my content being released. I will probably start grinding a bit more on X to get some X followership. I will work on the first big YouTube video. Oh, the big YouTube video will be crazy. This will be a make or break. Because if I make it, I'm big. Because it's such a crazy topic. But if I do it wrong, or people who maybe have something against me get it in their hands. Oh shit. Sorry, I'm a bit sick. This could also break me. maybe get a new school conference. Just maybe. Although the last time I had one, they could do nothing against me. I'm unstoppable. I'm literally unstoppable. In this regard, at least. Yeah, but as you can see, my streams for this week are already planned. I'm very motivated. Yeah, okay. Time to go into new broadcast. Ooh, first new broadcast. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Yeah. Oh, my throat. Not that deep. Yeah. Uh, um, hello. What the hell? Hello, Jeffrey. Oh, Jeffrey, can you invite me to your island? Hello, Jeffrey. Yeah, maybe it's one of these annoying artists. Uh, um, yeah, do you play League of Legends? Yeah, sometimes, but I'm not really good. I'm not really good at playing League of Legends. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. Now, a guy who wants to play League of Legends and doesn't have a microphone, not a microphone, but a headset. I'm very unnatural, kinds of. Yes, I have also, tried this ghost game. Oh, this kind of messes up my stream because if he can't hear me, he won't get everything I write. I write in here. But I have to talk to you. Yes. Yes, you can talk. You can ask me something as long as it's not like something with art. Maybe he should think about a name change. Maybe Jeffrey is a bit um uh unfortunate. What unfortunate name? I have a crazy last name. I probably won't shout it to you right now, but literally so close, and I could be a Rothschild. Imagine me being a Rothschild. This would be very nice. Ah, he's a artist. Yes. Oh, I'm so good in guessing what people want. You know, always when it's like these happy things. Yeah, he's nice, so we will be nice. Mm, 1%. You can sit it in my Discord. Unfortunately, this is a political stream, so I will be talking a lot and can't write it all in chat. And I don't have time to look at your art right now, maybe later. Like this. Ta-da! And he's gone. Maybe. Yeah. Sorry for all the people who don't see this. Although, right now, it's a bit strange. As I said, we lost some, especially Twitch viewership. We especially lost Twitch viewership. And this is kind of problematic because all these wannabe artists come into my chat and they want to sell me artwork. Oops. But I don't really want to be sold artwork. You know, I can create my own artwork. And so it also happens when your chat is very empty. I noticed this. Like when you have less chatters, they're probably like searching for the 1 to 2 viewer guys, and then they come in. Because when you have like 6 viewers, or no, maybe not 6, but let's say like 3 or 4. I've never noticed one then. I think they also probably get banned because there's nothing more annoying than people advertising their art. Like literally, I'm a very free speech guy. I would never set up like rules or words you can't say in chat. But come on, please. Do you have to beg me for artwork? Like, should I commission you and say, okay, please make me a new channel logo? I can create my own channel logo. Look at it's my face. It's my face, literally. I don't need it. I need nothing. Yeah, maybe in the future, maybe when I have a lot of money, you know? Maybe when I'm a big streamer with 50,000, 500 million concurrent viewers, I could say, okay, now I have enough money to commission you and say, oh, let you make me a new emote for Twitch. 100%, I could do this. But right now, I don't. This is not profitable. It's literally so retarded. They don't go to the big streamers because the big streamers already have it, and they go to the small streamers who either don't have the money or not the will, like me. Although I would probably have the money, but I don't want it in general. But yeah, sorry. But you always have to be nice. You can. Most of the times you can literally you can smell it in the air when it's like an artist who wants to say your artwork. Because they will always write in a very, very nice, very positive tone, mostly with compliments. working with compliments. And they always have very complete messages. So very, I would say, unnatural messages. Yeah, but let's start with the topic. Yeah, number one, I think very important right now for like catching up with the world is of course the new developments in the Russia-Ukraine war. You know, the war cycle. I literally watched a very, very interesting video about this, I think just 2 days ago. Because the war is currently, at least, having a bigger and bigger toll on both sides. With number one, on the one side, the Ukraine army probably won't make it much longer. We could, of course, as Europe, pump in billions of euros more, but just the manpower is not enough. Maybe you've seen some of these horrific videos of like Ukrainian men being dragged to the army and being sent into the trenches to die. And on the other side, the Russian economy and society won't make it much longer. I found a very interesting article about this. Literally, it's a blood economy because the Russian army, not the Russian army, Russian state is taking all the money from the oil reserves and like loans and stuff like this, and just pushing this into the economy. Like for people who extremely high wage for soldiers, money for people who've lost soldiers in war, stuff like this, and just pushing this in the economy, which actually made it boom for at least a time, but it's slowly starting to fall apart. So now in early May, very recent news, we actually got at least tiny ceasefire attempts with like reported temporary ceasefires proposed, but of course limited always to certain regions. It's not a general ceasefire. So just limited to very certain sectors. All this talk on Battlefield makes me think about Battlefield. Well, what happened to Battlefield 6, by the way? I know I played the playtest. It was a very good game, but for some reason I don't see all the stuff anymore. You know, almost no content. There's also like Red Sec, which is like the Battle Royale, but nobody plays it. It's cringe. It's not cringe. It's crazy. I think I need a bigger cup. It's almost empty. Yeah, and just today I think was a huge prisoner swap. Almost 205 prisoners from each side were exchanged. Like after Victory Day, like the Russians really care about the victory about Nazi Germany. Guys. And they like intertwined this with a prisoner swap. But the ceasefire is not stable at all right now, unfortunately. Of course not. And just today, I think there were over 20 deaths in Kiev after a Russian airstrike. But I think at least there's been some push from Russia right now, which is, I think, very interesting, regarding an actual ceasefire, an actual peace deal. So it's, of course, very interesting to think about what could come next. Very, very recent story, but there are like 3 possible outcomes out of this conflict. Number one, of course, that like freezes, the fronts freeze, and because both forces don't have the power anymore to really push forward, You know, just recently, just a few months ago, I visited the Bundeswehr, the German army. Um, it was like a school thing, and he gave us a small Ukraine briefing. Actually, um, interesting. Most people in the Bundeswehr are goys, unfortunately. Like something something like constitutional patriotism is very it's literally goy slop. But yeah, at least they're fighting. And this frozen conflict was actually what was like the main takeaway from this. Literally, that don't both forces don't have the power anymore to change um, the trajectory of the war, and it will just freeze where it is. Then we have very unlikely option of escalation, with like final desperate attempts to change something in the war. Maybe you can remember the Ukrainians storming Russian territory, I think 1 year ago. It died pretty quickly. I think it was just recaptured, and all the people who did it just died. But yeah. And then, of course, the last option, which actually gets kind of probably, which is that there will be actually a peace deal. This is all in relation to a very, very recent push from Russia towards a peace deal. Under similar terms, like the thing that was tried a few months ago. I think it was just from the last weekend. I think I heard of this the first time here in the German news, because it's also what makes it kind of controversial. The old German chancellor Gerhard Schröder was proposed by Russia as a possible mediator in this. And I think this is actually great, because for the first time actually in the war, peace deals are somewhat linked to Germany and Europe in general. You may be remembering the US stuff, which was all without Europe. But of course, because we only have retarded politicians, they all were like started to cry and said, "Oh no, we can't do this." And now it actually looks like we don't do it, which is of course fucking retarded. Because if there's an option to stop the killing, stop the deaths of thousands of more young men, you would take it. And also, it's our first actual chance to be somewhat involved, because Gerhard Schröder is a German, and while he is probably a bit more loyal to Russia, we would still be involved, which is good. It's actually necessary. Yeah, but so this war could end. Another war doesn't really seem to end right now, which is the Iran war. I actually took the time to create something like a timeline. A timeline of the entire thing. And it's a very messy situation, I realize. It's a very, very messy situation. You maybe remember it. Probably not, because right now there's nobody in this fucking stream. But we followed the start of the Iran war live here on this channel. I still remember the first messages about Ayatollah Khamenei's death. If you remember this. Like the original US-Israeli military like strikes, actually from the 28th of February. Crazy how time flies. And the immediate Iranian response, like the counterattack on US bases, Israel and other Gulf states, I think. Also, like the first first American deaths, we talk about these guys. They were hit like by a drone in Kuwait or something like this. I think 5 people died, 5 American soldiers. Yeah, so we actually followed the start quite closely, but this is also what broke the political part about new podcast for me. At the end, like nothing happened, just attack, counterattack, attack, counterattack. It was all so exhausting and nothing really changed. Yeah, we actually had a few ceasefires. If you remember this, on the 8th of April, we actually had a 2-week ceasefire and negotiations about reopening the Strait of Hormuz. But these were endangered by Israeli attacks on the Lebanon. Then on the 17th of April, we had the ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon. Just, I'm not even sure if it like holds up, but yeah. But the Strait of Hormuz remained closed, and the US began blocking the Iranian harbors. And then we had another ceasefire between the US and Iran, which was extended again. Then on the 1st of May, the US government literally just said the war was over. And but the Strait of Hormuz remained closed. And then the US wanted to free like boats who wanted to like go through there. They wanted to free the Strait of Hormuz, and they got bombed apparently so bad by the Iranians that Trump just were threatened to wipe out the entirety of Iran. Like crazy. Ah, my throat. Yeah. Then on the 6th of May, we actually had new peace attempts. With like a long-term peace deal in mind. It was a push from the US with like lifting the sanctions of Iran, opening up the Strait of Hormuz again, talking about the Iran's nuclear facilities, stuff like this. And also around the time, Europe started to think about sending ships to support the Americans and clean the streets of like mines, Strait of like mines or something like this. Then on the 11th of May, Iran actually rejected the peace peace plan and presented like their own, which was interesting because it of course included an end of the war, opening up the Strait of Hormuz and stopping the US blockade, unfreezing Iranian assets in other countries, and lastly reparations from the US towards Iran, which Trump didn't really like. And very recent news, just I think yesterday, Iran allowed the passage of 30 ships, many of them Chinese, through the strait. But again, like American, Israeli, European ships are not allowed to cross, which is shit. So yeah, as I said, it's overall very, very chaotic. And as it seems like Trump has really no strategy in his mind, it was just a senseless war. And this is actually not a quote from me. This is a quote from our Chancellor Friedrich Merz. This got us here in Germany quite some trouble, because this statement made Trump very angry. And he ordered the withdrawal of 5,000 or more US troops from Germany, which is of course very bad for Europe, but also a bit bitchy. In general, Trump is like a fucking retard. I'm sorry. Still better than Kamala Harris, of course. I would say, at least. Oops. Okay. But yeah. the video I talked about earlier, which I watched, which was like about Ukraine and Russia, also included a section about Trump. And yeah, Trump didn't. He literally did like no, he didn't do anything he promised, which is a big problem. If he would have done many of the things he would have promised, this might have turned out very differently, like deporting illegals, don't starting another war, stuff like this. But unfortunately, he didn't. And so we are trapped in this perpetual cycle of shit with this government. Yeah, he's also the dog of Israel, but yeah, I mean, who isn't at this point? Who isn't at this point? I can't look forward to tomorrow and see either Israel has depleted their how it's called, shit, vocabs. So nobody feels sorry anymore for Israel and they get last place, or the summer again get like second or third place. Like it's either two possibilities. But chances are very high that nobody really cares about like the 7th of October anymore and stuff like this. Or Gaza. Most people think Israel is a shitty country. Actually, my first YouTube video will party deal with Israel and the Jews. Which is why it is this interesting. But yeah, they probably get not very good points. Shit. My throat. To see how long I can do this. No, I want to stream. It will be okay. In general, we will now start transitioning to X. I want to show you some things. In general, I think especially like the last few weeks were very interesting, especially from a European perspective and also from a German perspective. Many things are being set into motion, I think, and really like cracks are showing in the systems. And as I said, not only on a national but also on a European, on an EU level. Merz, for example, the German Chancellor, the governor of Germany, has right now the lowest rated, public approval rating of, I think, even any German Chancellor ever, which is crazy. Or he's at least very close. The whole government is extremely disliked. Like, I think, new study, 48% of Germans are either not pleased or unhappy or very unhappy with the new government. That's number one. Number two, probably the reason for the first one, there's been no improvements made, especially in Germany. We will watch a video soon about Germany from Kurz gesagt. Very nice channel, can highly recommend it. And you know, like he didn't commit on any promise. Like nothing has changed. It's horrible. It's generally horrible. Then also a new study. There's a rising distrust amongst Germans, at least. I don't know about other countries, but probably similar there. Towards the EU, I want to emphasize it, but not towards Europe. In a sense that they all want a stronger Europe. So we have this increasing division between EU and Europe, which is important because we want to have this actually. It's actually so funny because I have a friend, a very sweet guy, but he's a big, I would even say shill for Merz and the CDU, which is like the conservative party where our chancellor is currently part of. And he's like, he's taking this very seriously and it's like, wow. I guess a heart attack when he criticized Israel. But not even he can say anything against it anymore, against the Merz hate, the CDU hate, the government hate. It's wonderful. You know, earlier I would always say, yeah, okay, yeah, we're just waiting, you know. It will come, you know, it will come. Just you wait. And now, like after 1 year, literally one exhausting year of nothing, a big nothing burger. Oh, yeah, I'm still a bit sick. he can't say anything anymore. He just needs to shut the fuck up and take it. Like he doesn't need. He does it. He just shuts up and takes it like a good boy because he knows he can't respond anymore. It's all so true. It's all too true actually. It's wonderful. Set beautiful life. I've heard now. Okay, I want to show you something. This is actually the topic of the short form thing I want to upload. Bro, this looks so good. Oh my gosh, so colorful. I've deactivated HDR. Let's activate it again for a second. But it doesn't break my stream. No, it doesn't. Oh my gosh. It's so much more gray. I think HDR is very nice to play video games. But I've been doing it without it for a while now. And actually, Subnautica looks very good without HDR. And this too. And also, all my screenshots, they look way better without HDR. So we deactivate it again. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, we are improving the stream bit by bit. Look at this. Look at this. It's so much more colorful. It's crazy. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Oh, shit. XY, YX. Shut up. Hey. Never heard of you. Go away. Yeah. For this, we have to go to X. By the way, right here, I have a follower. Oh my gosh, my first follower. I actually have another account. Don't know where it is right now. Probably not here. I think I can only have one account on my desktop. Oh my gosh, it's slowly starting to pull a bit of views at least. Oh my gosh. Very, very, very slowly. First follower. Ah, fuck. Mia Pout. The fuck? Holy bot account. Holy bot account. Doesn't matter. You know, first follower is the first follower. Bot or not. Bot or not, first follower is first follower. I really asked how the fucking hell Alex Jones is big. It's actually crazy. Like, I love this guy.
Correspondence dinner, I believe either in 2000.
Like 100k viewers is crazy. On X. Not even a big streaming platform. I think he streams on Rumble too. Oh, but I have not seen him actually on there. The only time I saw him there was like with 2,000 viewers, which is like, okay, still much. Oh my gosh. I thought about streaming on Rumble for a bit at least. Yeah, it's a political platform. So yeah, you have to know this actually. But come on, Dr. Disrespect. Will I drown? I don't know. Maybe joining in kids. Maybe joining in kids.
Rumble Studio is the answer to everything. We have a show on the hour every hour. And we started using Rumble Studio as our central production hub. We can have people.
Oh my gosh, it looks horrible. Bro. Fucking retarded. Oh, a beautiful. Oh, where are you? Oh. Oh, I think I know that. Where they are. Where he is. Yeah. Ah. He's at the cliff. Okay. Bro. Does he never speak? Does English. English language difficult language. I like the clips. Okay, let's see it. Alex Jones. I think you need to sell his show to account for his tremendous. Oh, he actually has streamed, but he streams on X. Friday Live. Duh. I mean, he got a lot of people watching. But probably not as much as our goat Nick Fuentes. Oh, can't you even see? Yes, you can see. Nice. Nick Fuentes. Oh. Yeah. Much more followers. Much bigger view counts. And of course, all the clips. Bro. They were destroyed, master layers, collapsing viewership, total. Shit. Almost 500,000. It's crazy. Episode 1683. Crazy. Crazy. Almost. Oh my gosh. Oh, 8. Oh, 100k. It's literally crazy what this guy is putting off. The comments sound. Okay. 1k comments is crazy. Show started 2 hours. Oh, hello? Oh, okay. Oh.
Why would you do that? I prefer people that weren't hospitalized, okay? I prefer candidates that aren't in the hospital. It's just sad.
Lawrence of Dearborn sent $50.
Thanks.
Weiner Gang 28 sent $28. Hey Nick, I've been emailing back and forth with Anthony Weiner about running as a Republican in 2028.
Yo.
Dark Horse?
That's a great idea.
Malo Baby sent $20. They really crawl out from under rocks and trust.
$50. Like, entire day of savings. Great idea.
Instigating the movement.
Literally crawling out from wherever. Where do they find these people even?
Raper Groy percent $20. We
scum.
live in African American hell and Ebonic plague throughout the world.
Yeah.
Patriot now and forever sent $20. Fuck all the ops. It's up and that's
It's
on Grover.
up. It's up.
Canuck sent $100. Here's the inside baseball on Bulgarian not only
Such a nice guy. Oh, $100.
And you're just trying to be what?
And also handsome. Bro, he got what he wanted. Okay. Yeah. He's just yapping.
Me right now.
Yappy.
Claim this society.
I just
Shows on X and
Oh, nice.
a month ago, and it's
Oh,
poison the food, the water, and the shots to dumb down and control them. What have we been telling you forever?
Okay. Enough. Still great guy. Mwah. If you see this, Alex Jones, mwah, on a non-sexual basis. On a non-sexual basis. Mwah. Yes. Von der Leyen. Want to show you something von der, here. Ursula von der Leyen. President of the Commission, mother of 7, Brussels born, fuck you. You're German, European by heart. Fuck you, you're German. Yeah. I bet my ass off that you don't know about this. But last, I think, Saturday, yeah, about 1 week ago, was the infamous, not very famous actually, Europe Day. Oh, shut up. Europe Day is basically the day celebrating the Schuman speech. It was a speech in 1950 from the French foreign minister, And basically, it included the idea of joining German and French coal and steel production, the so-called Montan Union. And it's basically the groundwork for the modern EU. Although back then it was a solely economic thing. Probably both a way for the Germans to repair their broken infrastructure after World War II, and for the French to leech off the German money. But we have to talk about this later. Yeah. And as I said, it's always on the 9th of May, because there was the speech back then. And she writes on X, it's Europe Day. Today we celebrate all that Europe stands for, and we celebrate all of us citizens of Europe. So together we are Europe. Happy Europe Day. Very fast, sorry. I'm showing this 49-second clip. Should we watch it? Not sure. I think there's music. Is my desktop audio on? Yes, it is. Beautiful.
Today is the 9th of May. You know what day this is. It's Europe Day. Today we reflect on what brings us together. What makes...
We'll see this later. But it's actually not... so she's talking about what brings us together. But actually about what brings us together. Because what brings us together as Europeans is a shared cultural, ethnic, and like overall civilizational heritage. And she doesn't care about this. We'll see it.
Us uniquely Europeans.
At least white people. White people in the trailer is very
it's our
important.
Capacity to both treasure our differences and find strength in unity. It's our unconditional love for our values.
Yeah, and now the values. Our values, you know, not the values that like everybody has.
Democracy,
of course, the freedom, equality. Like every Western democracy has these things, but yeah, it's as I said in the video I want to upload. It's too specific for the EU to actually talk about what like Europeans share.
And yes, it's also our passion for
yeah, then the little goy annotation.
Today we
like literally, bro, these are such subhumans. Not even subhumans would be the wrong word. Like literally like the lizard people, you know? I want to show you some other pictures.
Reflect on the
lizard people.
In our lives, directly and concretely. Maybe it's a boost for our startup. It's that Erasmus trip we will never forget.
Yeah.
It's knowing we have the best quality of
yeah. Not for long. You just see.
We celebrate a Europe which cares for us.
Yeah. Actually doesn't care for us. I will show to you in a second from a second tweet directly for the EU Commission. Hooray!
Us, which is made of each and every one of us.
Yeah, but we're getting replaced. But
today is
talk about it.
Happy Europe Day.
Happy Europe Day. Yeah. She just looks uncanny, bro. Like the lizard people. Here again. Wait. Yeah, here she smiles again. Uncanny. Here again. Look at this. You're Friedrich Merz. Good exchange with Bundeskanzler Merz on the sidelines of the Kreispreis award ceremony. The Goy Prize. We discussed our cooperation in strengthening our European competitiveness, need place and quick relief for our companies. Germany is a key driver for the EU here. Oh no, it's just more money. More money they take away from the Germans. Shit. I fucking hate the EU. It's so bad. Yeah. Let us quickly take this. And one up again. By the way, have a look at all these nice comments. Martin Zellner, a based guy, but I think somewhat unimportant. It was not an organic zone that you are disgusting unit can exploit and fill with third world immigrants before and you will survive. The EU is not Europe. Why don't you mention the role Christianity played in shaping our values and civilization? Europe maybe, but you don't represent Europe. We are bought and paid for a Europhile. Then this. Today's May 9th, it's Victory Day, the day of the victory against your ancestors. There's something very strange about all these Balkan people, because they were literally raped by the Russians after World War II. But for some reason, this is like so important for them to be part of this. Yeah, exactly. Ursula is the closest thing to Jewish communist regime we had ever had since you got rid of comic pick after end or Cold War. Nigga, you are Romanian. Antonescu would be ashamed of you. Are you stupid? Do you realize 1945 also marks the year when the USSR started occupying Romania and general Eastern Europe? Yeah, there's some people who like try to frame Ursula von der Leyen as this Nazi dictator, but she's literally the opposite, and it's worse. I like this. I immediately save these pictures, especially this one. And then, you, of course, all the shitposts. Europe needs diversity. Europe, Portuguese, German, Dutch, Nordic, Irish, Spanish, Greek. Yeah, you know the drill. You know the drill. But of course, awesome. And then here we have the EU Commission. They also uploaded something very interesting. I can find it. You always have to scroll. It's so much trash you need to scroll through. So crazy. Who cares for this shit? Like 50k. They got 1. Almost 2 million followers, but 50,000. Okay, this at least, because it has this. This is interesting. This is interesting, but this. And always look at the like to view difference. Not even 10,000 likes. Not even 10,000 likes. I think it jumped from the last time I looked. I think was at 800,000, and just I had about the same like ratio. So it just got 2,000 more views, but no significant increase in likes. I would bet my ass off that all these reposts and quotations right here are like just shit posts. It's so crazy. What's down here? Martin Sellner is a bit of a bot, unfortunately. I wanted to show you something of him too. Looks kind of interesting. Yeah, here's the repost. And yeah, this right here. This goes a bit into detail about what exactly happened on Europe Day, why we celebrate Europe Day. The Schuman Declaration of 9th of May 1950 laid the groundwork for the European Union that we know today. And if you are in Bristol or nearby, come celebrate and visit us at our Parlement building. It shows this interesting image of European grandmother with an African kid. I'm not going to lie to myself and say this is European. I'm sorry. It's literally disgusting. This made me a bit disgusted right here. Again, Martin Sellner, come on, please, bro. You're 50, like, I don't know. Do something, bro. Don't just chill in comment section. I know you're like doing something, you're organizing stuff, but in general, all these EU right-wingers, there are some big English ones, like probably Sargon of Akkad, sorry. Maybe some other. But in general, they are all so fucking unimportant. It's horrifying. I will have a look at this profile later. Because he uploaded something interesting. This is a good post, actually. From cool that you fight your whole team for AI. Okay. At least he got a good take. At least it's a good take. Such an accurate photo of the European Union. An aging white grandma with no kids and a brown kid coming in to replace the population. Spot on. Yeah. This was immediate like. I think this right here shows the double standards very clearly. Spread it around, we can play the same game. Do you think if it was like South Africa Day, they would ever post something like this? Like literally, do you think somebody in Africa would post something like this? Maybe does something like this exist? Africa Day? Yeah, exists. Oh my gosh. Look at Africa Day. This is Africa Day. This is Africa. This is promotional footage for Africa Day. This is Africa Day. This is Africa Day. This. This. This is Africa Day. Do you see a single fucking white person? Okay, to be fair, here are two. Here's some white people. But this is like a corporation. So these are probably not even well from Africa. Bro. Afro vibes, Africa Day celebration. Look at this. Africa Day right here. Right here. Right here. In all this promotional footage, yeah, National Day of South Africa, it's a single fucking white person. Single fucking white person in here. But here in Europe, which is like 90 to 95% white, they put a black kid on force in there. It's literally, this picture is so off. Because there are actually enough well white European kids that exist. And there could be like shown a wholesome connection between the old generation and the new generation. But instead it's just migrants. it's so fucking retarded. And mind you, all these people who would say, oh my gosh, this is such a nice picture showing the unity in Europe. If you would show them this picture, they would begin to cry. Literally. Literally. And of course, all the shit posts, come celebrate and visit us in Brussels. Replace me. Yeah, this is gold. Literally gold. And here the fixed version. This is better. Way better. Yeah. Africa Day. Africa Day. No more. Europe Day. Push. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I have to save this picture. I have to. Oh, it's a bit. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Nice. Europe Day. That's nice, dear. I'm going to kill you and steal your house. Yeah, and then again the people who think she's like a Nazi, but they're just retarded. And also Nazis are super cool and based. Yeah. My name's Mohammed and I'm an European, be like. Oh, yeah, and of course the Victory Day shits. Yeah. Fight Day. Yeah, the European chat and the mic. Yes. Okay, this is like a bit AI. Yeah, it's a bit botted in here. But sometimes I also ask AI how I should improve my things. But I was even if I do this, I always try to make it as human sounding as possible. Yeah. This is like the thing about Martin Sellner. Maybe you could also look at Björn Hecke. Like 200,000 followers. It's, I mean, okay, Immigration Saves the Nation, funding the nation. What the fuck is the Institute of Immigration? I don't even know what this is, bro. Nobody cares. And this is like the problem with the older European right wing, I would say. Oh, where is the video? Where's the video? It's just, look at the stuff he's posting. This is just from the last few hours. This guy sitting at his phone the entire time. Maybe he's the person who does this for it. He's like posting this, bro. 80 minutes ago. It's just so. You would say. This is crying. I heard of this. It's so unimportant. It's literally crazy, and it's all from this day and yesterday. But I want to search for a specific video he did with Eva Vlada or something like this. I don't know. Some of these, this girl. Okay, I can't find it. Strange. Look, even Björn Höcke has more. Like this thing, almost 1 million. Oh, a film of Björn Höcke. Nice. Look at this. Look at this. He has way more stuff than Martin Sellner. He's just a bit unimportant. Okay, I think Eva Vladingerbrück. Way bigger than Martin Sellner. Way bigger than Martin Sellner. Although, of course, she's a girl. She's a good-looking girl. It's so easy to get content. I mean, look at this. Wouldn't want to follow this face. It's so easy. It's so easy to be good. Yo, just a chill guy. Hello. Sorry if I talk over you, but I was a bit in the flow. Hello. Yeah, I use Steam. Hello. Hello. Where is it? Yeah, this. It's so easy to it's so easy to become big as a girl. It's horrifying, actually. Oh, bro, come on. Think you're a nice guy and you're begging for a wish list. I mean, yeah, why not? Why not? I'm so free. I don't think you say this in English. Why not? Why not? What is your game name? Fury Hentai Harem. No, sorry. Oh. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Exactly the thing I was searching. We're working on something new, something that hasn't. It's called GTA 6, bro. Bye. Interesting person. Interesting person. Everywhere you meet interesting persons. It's crazy. But maybe he saw what I'm looking at, and he was like, "No, we can't have this." Work on something new, something that hasn't been done yet. Martin Sellner and I have joined forces on a project that will unite European projects across Europe. In just 8 years, we invade at Resume 28 Remigration Summit. Yeah, bro, who cares about Remigration Summit? All this senseless love. It's so crazy. All this senseless love. Humanitarian NGO and remigration lobby connecting young European leaders. I mean, probably kind of cool if you're into stuff like this. But come on. Like the only thing they cry about is remigration. Please. Who are these? Who are these persons? The activist panel. Daniel Thury, Maximilian Merkel, Manuel Corchia, Angloid, Luis. Okay, to be fair, I'm a nothing burger too, at least right now. But, come on. Like, I bet you're interesting persons. But, Portugal. It's probably super duper cool if you go there. Yeah, Eva Vla is there. Don't know this guy. He is there. Don't know her. Don't know. Surprise speaker. Adolf Hitler. Yo, this would be fire. This would be fucking fire. Bro, what for me to wishlist GTA 6? Maybe I was a bit mean to this guy, but yeah. $45 for access to the event and a light lunch. $150 for exclusive dinner with speakers and VIP guests. Okay, this is actually kind of fire. Oh, and even hotel. Oh. But sold out. Okay. No way. No way. No way. What is remigration? Yeah, I mean, bro, come on, please. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit unfair. You know, they're trying, but it's you know, always the same thing. We need some motion, like in the US. Some motion. They have no motion. This is the problem. They have no motion. Yeah.
Greetings from Italy. Eva and myself, we've been working the whole day on something big that we soon
The whole day. Bro.
can present to the public.
It's a great European project that I think is going to change the landscape of, well, European politics forever if we get this right. We can't
Doom 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 doom.
tell you everything yet, but if you come to the ReSum Summit, it will be presented there.
On the 3rd of May in Porto, you can meet Eva, myself, many other patriots, influencers, politicians, activists. We're going to talk about remigration, about the great replacement, but also, most importantly, how we finally can get active to prevent it. So don't miss a chance, get one of the last tickets. We're going to meet each other on the 3rd of May in Porto for the Remigration Summit 26, and there we're going to reveal the next big project.
Nice, nice. Yeah. The next big project, I don't know. What do they want to do? They need a literal ecosystem. That is the problem. There's no ecosystem. All these guys, they're chilling on X, you know. Maybe Eva Ningerbrück. I don't know. I'm sure she has something else. Right? Oh, she just said to buy me a coffee. Ah. She made of the far-right commentator, legal philosopher, LLM. Generation remigration. Come on. You got to have something else. Bro, you're eagle. You please. Like at least yeah, exactly. Oh, she's never YouTube. Yeah, all like how many followers? 1.1. Oh, surprised me.
Yesterday in
It's so easy. Just be a good-looking woman and say like mildly based stuff, and you get millions of views, thousands of likes.
Hungary, and I think it's a
So
disaster,
fucking
not just
retarded.
for Hungary that he lost, but also for us and the rest of Europe, because Hungary
Oh, she has a kid. Good. Nice. Nice content. 1, 2, 3. It's not even like she has crazy amount of views, especially on this one. Just shows some shoulders, bro. If I would sit here with my shoulders like down, everybody would think I'm gay, and would probably like, I don't know, throw a slur in my face. But she can just do it and become big. It's so unfair, bro. Crazy. But maybe it's you know, it's white boy summer, not white girl summer, not black boy summer, just white boy summer. Maybe a few white boys can gather some motion and get some fucking motion in this retarded, hollow political landscape. Like, really, please. Thing I wanted to show you. It's a new, very interesting project launched. Oops. Oh, doesn't matter. Just again on the 9th of May on Europe Day. It's called Astra Europa. Actually dealt with it in my video. It's basically, as it says here, a pan-European party, pan-European federalist, pragmatic, forward-looking. You know, like EU federalization, Europe federalization. Like one big European national state with like states like Germany, Italy, France being put into something like provinces, so like smaller states, similar to the states in the US. but with less freedom. And yeah, they just launched recently. Actually got a quite good amount of followers, actually, a bit of traction, because they're getting pushed by other pro-European Federalist accounts. Yeah, a pan-European party, we are federalist, pragmatic, forward-looking, committed to a democratic Europe with power to act, the courage to protect freedom, and the mission to build a future worth dreaming about. Read the manifesto, almost 40 pages long, it's actually crazy. And they have like 12 guiding stars. Like federation, defense, Europe in the world, borders, migration, justice, energy, digital age, fiscal sovereignty, prosperity, human-centered economy, climate, ambition and discovery, European identity. Yeah. Oh, wait. Maybe I could create a hit piece about all these right-wing influences I don't like. And by this measure, give myself as the other right-wing influencer, like cannibalize them, you know, eating them alive, and then get some traction. Interesting thought. Yeah, it's a crazy block of texts. It's who we are, what we stand for. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. If you would put this into normal text, I literally asked GPT, it will get like 40 pages long. It's crazy. With all the stuff also. And then here, the ending. And I want to really have a look at this ending, because it says, join us in building a Europe worth dreaming about per Europam ad astra. Per Europam ad astra. A Latin phrase. Through Europe to the stars. Very understandable. Yeah, the persons who worked on this, you know, bro, they all look like, shit. They exactly look like the people you would imagine yourself working on this. Odin. Yeah, Odin! Odin is working on this. Social media specialist with a degree in politics and international relations, and is the founder of Next4EU. I know. Another channel that pushed this project, almost 40,000 followers. I just saw it on X. But nothing against him, you know, but yeah. Yeah, bro. Kinda imagined you would look like this. Daniel is a logistician, making sure that goods move efficiently, on time, and cost effectively. Thank you, bro. What is your involvement with this? Yeah, okay. Again, the Latin phrase. I want to make this very clear in this video. Number one. European federalization doesn't work. Cannot work, to be clear. Very clear. Cannot work because there's no united European people. You can't unite Europe because there's no united European people. There are, well, all the other people, like Spanish people, Swedish people, German people, English people, you know, all these guys. And they actually enjoy living in their national states. So as long as nothing crazy happens, they would like to live in their own several national states. And yeah, they're like talking a bit about, I think here in the first part, you know, you must become a sovereign, democratic federation able to act where common power is necessary, respecting subsidiarity. So things being solved on the smaller level. Anywhere else, a clear constitution should make European power democratic, understandable, accountable, you know. Number one. Next point. Bro, whoever thinks this would work under a new system. So, first of all, we would in some way, shape or form change the people to a form where they would actually like to live in a united Europe. Number one. Number two, you would have to reform and change the entire system in a way that a united Europe would work. Number three, place a bit into the first one. You have to create an identity that actually makes it work. These people like think or believe that you can just scale everything up, and all the problems will just fix itself automatically. You know? I talked about this friend earlier. The CDU friend, the Merz fan. He's also a European federalist. And I think he kind of knows that Europe will, if they should ever federalize, it will take a lot of time. Still, probably 100 years, maybe more. Not now. But I kind of understand the point in a way that I think it's necessary for Europe to work together, but not in this form. Not in this fucking form. Last point about EU federalism. All these people are fucking retarded LARPers. LARPing. You know? WLARP. Latin, WLARP. Just tell me you're a retard, bro. I literally said this in my short form video. They don't have a better appeal to European unity than the dead language of a dead empire that ruled, or like final appeal, that ruled Europe 2,000 years ago. Nothing better. This is the best thing, you know? And what is also very important, because I think a lot of this European federalism is uniquely, although there is a bit more diverse people in here, is a uniquely German idea. Very, very prominent in the German Conservative Party, in the CDU, which my friend is part of. I'm actually too, but I'm not doing anything. I hate this party to my gods. It's a very German idea. Especially French people don't actually like it. Recently read a great book about this. Short History About Germany has a whole chapter dedicated to this thing. It's like European federalism, lapping stuff. Horrible. I mean, who would actually believe that this would improve anything? It will just get worse. And then there are so many other problems. Like, then they want to federalize. Maybe some states won't actually want to be a part of it. Maybe what happens when France says no? All of a sudden we have a gigantic hole in our European federalist state. It's so fucking retarded. A gigantic hole. Also, another problem is that they want to take the language of the only country that isn't in the EU anymore, that left the EU, which is English as the main language. Next thing. There's so many inconsistencies. It's horrible. And we could talk about this for ages. I could really jump into this topic. I could dive. I could swim. I could get to the ground of it all. But at the end of the day, it isn't enough, because this will never happen. Because these are weak people who have to use Latin as their final appeal. Have to LARP as the final appeal. You know? And all these people, they also always say, like, European identity should exist next to the national identity and stuff like this. But no, it won't actually. They want it to be replacing the other thing. Like, blah, 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 blah. This is a very interesting part. We support a European dimension in education, curricula that teach the shared history, literature, and achievements of our civilization alongside national ones, language policies that equip every young European to communicate across borders. In the classroom, Europeans a richer shared cultural life, and stuff like this. You could read this in a nice way, like just more, well, education, you know, learning about each other. But you can take a bit more of a cynical approach, which I did. This is basically a school indoctrination program. They know that something like this almost doesn't exist. So they need this to fix it. Literally. Horrible. But yeah, as I said, will never happen. Which is actually good. I like it. I like it when it doesn't happen. Like, they can waste a lifetime on this. Nice logo, stuff like this. Probably paid somebody. Probably got also national funding. Wait, can you see this? Oh, no. No funding, unfortunately. No funding. but also on Instagram. Oh, crazy. 5. Oh, wow. Sorry, bro. Didn't know your game. Okay, but political edits always doing very nicely. So yeah, kind of understandable. Understandable. Yes. Literally, the US would die for Europe to live. It's literally that serious. Bro, again, this is rage baiting me.
That would.
Bro, she can just sit here, have like some basic right-wing opinions. Okay, I don't know all her opinions, so I don't want to be mean. But still, and just get millions and millions of followers. It's Okay. As I think the final thing that we do today is watch this video from Kurz gesagt called Germany is over. Oh, but before we do this, I want to show you something else. We have to hop in Fortnite for a second. I'm sorry. 1490. I just bought it's currently there's fuck. All the vocabulary is leaving me. Currently there's a Overwatch season. Like just because today I think is the 10th anniversary of Overwatch, which is actually crazy, bro. Crazy. Maybe we can find another video about this. And they released an entire skin line. And I bought this absolutely gorgeous skin. It's so pretty. I love it. I had 1,700 V-Bucks in here. But I wanted to deinstall the game in general. It's very big. I rarely play it. I just saw the new season. You know, the new battle pass. It was like, okay, I need to have it. Like, cool guy, yeah. Not actually for this one. Yeah, kinda cool. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay. This one is cool. She is cool, but she has a better skin. Very cool. Just bought actually for Elite Jewels. Beautiful skin. And Bunny's shit skin. Oh, I have to think about what I should get. Wait, I think I unlocked this set. Oh, another one of these guys. Yeah, kinda cool. I'll probably continue playing a bit. Very cool skin, actually. Okay skin. Cool skin. This is a bit of a boring skin, actually. Kinda street fit. Although, oh no, actually kinda cool. And he gets this burger animation. And like, yeah, okay, yeah. This one is cool. Oh, but which set did I get? Because here I could get this immediately. I could get the skin immediately. But I think I want to have this set first for this very cool animation. Although I think she has a V. No, she doesn't have a V-Buck. I decide tomorrow when I hop into it. But yeah, banger skin, bro. Banger skin. You can see it. Shop. The whole package costs 28. Oh. Okay, but I already have the Mercy skin. So it reduced the price. Yeah, exactly. Kind of fair to be a bit. This is actually kind of cool. But I mean, yeah, I think she's kind of cool too, I guess. Yeah, but not as good as my Mercy. I'm a Mercy man. I used to be. Tracer, yeah. Kenji, yeah, cool skin, but kind of basic. Only good skin is the Mercy skin, and you can see it, bro. Beautiful, beautiful. Because actually, was the best value. Because exactly as much as her and her and her. But they only have often a bonus. Like, she has outfits, and I think this and this. He has this and this. And a pickaxe. She has this and this and a pickaxe. But she had this. And this. And a glider. And another skin variation. Like, you can see it. There's like, here's normal skin. Cool. Still very nice. But this is just better. Just better. Yeah, you can see it right here. The glider. She flies. It's very cool. She looks a bit stiff, to be fair. But oh, I closed my chat. Shit. And then like you can even change these. There's like the normal version and the fiery version for the devil. Mercy devil. Same for this. There's the normal rings and then the devil rings. Unfortunately, I don't have a nice pickaxe for her. I need to take these, although they're pretty cool. Oh, can I go for these guys? No. No. Generally, I'm missing some good pickaxes. Yeah, no. Maybe this guys. No, I think this is the best version because it's a general part of a demon set. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Very happy with the purchase. I had to look at the possible releasing seasons. Actually. So that I wouldn't like be super duper sad. Oh no. Oh no. So there wouldn't be super duper sad. If like the next season would be very cool and I couldn't get it because I didn't have enough V-Bucks. But yeah, I don't regret it. Yeah, then I think let's watch the video. Come on. Just skip the advertisement. Because I think this gives a kind of good view in Germany. The fuck? AI! Oh my gosh, it's AI. Ah, here it is.
Germany will soon crash into the consequences of a fertility crisis made much worse by the mismanagement of the boomer generation.
The boomers.
Demographic collapse,
all my friends hate the
tearing up
boomers.
the generational contract, may soon destroy one of Germany's greatest achievements, its welfare state. Millennials, Gen Z and younger are left with a huge mess they somehow need to sort while they're outvoted by the grey bloc making the decisions for them.
Yeah, it's so over here in Germany. And everybody knows it, but nobody does something.
What happened?
So, shit.
Population collapse. Germany was among the first countries to industrialize, and so its fertility rates dropped early in the 20th century. But for 55 years, they've been below replacement, at 1.4 children per woman in 2025. Compared to South Korea, this sounds almost amazing, but it still means population collapse. If fertility stays at 1.4, then 100 Germans will have 70 kids. When those grow up, they'll have 49 kids, who'll then have 34 kids, who'll have 24.
You see why it's bad, bro. And I don't know why all the politicians didn't really do anything against this. Like, I literally don't know. Because for a democratic system to function, it's so important to have stable generations. You want your generations to literally look like this, like a giant square, you know? The young people should be about the same as the older people, should be about the same as the even older people, should be about the same as even the older people. Because if you don't have this, just because this become this and this and this and this, because all the old people don't die like they used to. Okay, they probably didn't die that much, but yeah. You get this incredible imbalance. So I don't know why they ever thought it was a good idea to just let this run. Like, literally, I don't know. As soon as these numbers were dropping, should have realized this is bad and did something against it.
A 76% drop within 4 generations. Yeah. Many people think there are too many humans anyway, so what's the big deal?
Yeah, but these people are generally retards because it's also an, I think, anti-white narrative because only European countries have too many kids. You know, when the Africans get 1 billion kids a year, they don't care.
Well, at the same time, people started living much, much longer. So we have a fatal mix of way more grannies and way fewer babies. The real crisis German millennials, Gen Z and younger will have to live through is the massive shift in population composition and the transition period. In 2026, Germany is already one of the oldest countries in the world, with a median
oh yeah, we're doing very
age
good.
of over 45. Almost 2 in 5
oh no, oh fuck.
Germans are over 50. Almost 1 in 4 is older than 65.
Yeah.
Only 1 in 8 is a child under 14. Despite its industrial production declining, suffocating bureaucracy and little economic growth, Germany's system is still chugging along and it remains one of the richest countries.
For now. This is very important. For now. Like, we're currently having a deindustrialization in Germany. So we have to see how long this will hold up. Really have to see.
The country still has a big population and a big workforce, along with generous social benefits and pension payouts.
Yeah, this is also maybe a problem.
But soon, the reality of demographics and boomer mismanagement will hit Germany like a freight train.
Yes.
Population crash means that a...
Yes, thank you. And all these people, all the politicians, they don't do anything against it. It's so...
Society and culture loses more than just people. The systems and countries we've built can't just be downscaled.
Yeah.
Things stop working. Young Germans are screwed. Old ones too. By 2036, 13 million German baby boomers will retire.
2036, 10 years.
This big bulge here.
But
But because they didn't have nearly enough kids, way fewer younger people will replace them.
yeah, these are about their kids. This one.
In 2030 alone, there might be millions of jobs that will be impossible to fill. Fewer people working means fewer taxes and resources for the state.
Yeah.
Also, services
It's
will decline.
a downhill spiral.
Waiting times would increase for everything from your bags at the airport to doctor's appointments. But the much more urgent issue is retirees. Germany has a pay-as-you-go pension system, which means that about 20% of today's salaries is directly paid out to pensioners. This sort of work...
Yeah, it's the German rent system. Basically, the people who pay in right now, they don't actually like save up their money, but instead they take this money and give it to the elderly, which is, as I said, only possible when you have enough young people. But because you don't have enough young people, it doesn't work anymore. So again, like surprise in the making, you would say. But they just don't care. It's horrible.
Worked in the 1960s when there were 5 working Germans for every retiree.
Yeah, exactly. It worked back then, but not now.
But in 2024, this ratio is down to about 2.5. In the 2030s, it will get closer to 2 workers for 1 pensioner. And about 10 years after retirement, people tend to get really sick and cause the vast majority of healthcare costs.
Yeah, nice. Thank you.
The math ain't mathing.
Yeah.
And it actually never really did. Already in the 1970s, governments began to subsidize the pension funds with tax revenue, pushing the problem into the future.
All bad things. Almost all bad things. Started in the 1970s. For some reason, I don't know why. Sexual liberation. Birth control. Women are allowed to vote. But stay with me now. All this shit. For some reason. And all politicians were just, yeah, okay, we do it later. Oh, what? Kaboom, kaboom. Can I ban this guy? Yes, I can. And yes, beautiful.
As has more or less every single government since then.
I mean, like, maybe I'm hating. Like, I'm a future hater, you know? I'm hating from the future. I can sit here very comfortably in my chair and say, oh, all these people are retarded. Or were retarded. And I'm smart. But it's actually the case. This was a problem in the making. Literally. 50 years in the making. Everybody probably realized it, but nobody did something against it.
Well, the future is today. In 2025, the German federal government spent roughly a quarter of its annual tax revenues to fix holes in the pension system, on top
Yes.
of the
Just for this. It's... Oh my gosh. And remember, less kids, more elderly. This will become worse. Very recent data from a famous European talk show, not European, German talk show. In about 5 to 10 years, the German government will only have about 3% of the total income for investments in streets, schools, stuff like this. The rest will go, AI centers also, stuff like this. The rest will go to this and other stuff.
working population's payments.
Horrible.
Let's say that again. 1 in 4 German tax euros is used to pay out pensions today. More than on education.
Normally, Kurzak is a pretty shitty channel for social commentary and politics, but this is actually a decent video.
Research, infrastructure, and defense combined.
Yes.
The wealth of the nation is redistributed from the young and the working to the old and retired.
All these boomers. I know all the boomer hate, but it's actually so fucking... It's so incredible. It's so incredible just to hate these people. Literally. To hate boomers. They lived their life, you know, happily. They didn't get enough kids. Because kids are like a problem, you know. Oh no, kids, money, stuff like this. I don't want to have enough kids. It should be on a replacement value, stuff like this. It's... Hey, rainbow fly. Hello. Hello. Oh, a kick viewer. In a dead channel. Sup. Yeah, I'm okay. Just raging a bit about my country, my country of Germany. Watching a bit of Kurzgesagt, you know, just reaction. Stuff like this. Bro, like... I just told you. Just told you.
And as the boomers retire, this will only get worse.
Yeah.
Medizinische Fachbegriffe auswendig lernen?
Bro. Just because nobody in this country wants to, like, say a strong word and say, get enough kids, don't be a fucking bitch, and improve the country, you know? All the rumors, and now we have all these problems.
Spent on things that help the young and the working part of the population, like incentives to start a family.
Yeah. And this is another problem. This is like cannibalism. They take all the money from the young, give it to the old, and because of this, the young don't have enough money. And yeah, no childcare, no starting a family, no lower taxes. That's just the pinnacle, the tip of the iceberg. Because what is even worse is that I, and my entire generation in the future, won't have the same benefits as them. This is the very, very bad part. Like, next to all of this is actually the worst part. Than this. But still, I won't get this money. There will be no money left for me. I can work till I'm dead. And nobody cares. Literally, nobody cares. Because all these people just outvote me. Because democracy is a fucking shit concept.
Taxes, free childcare, cheap loans to buy homes, investments in education, infrastructure, or clean energy. There are so many things that would help young Germans. But will millennials and Gen Z get to enjoy similar pensions at least? Well, it's not very likely. The current system only works for boomers because their parents had more children and died younger, and because Germany was booming and the problem escalated slowly. Young people today don't have all of that.
Yes.
Okay, that's depressing, but at least the young can take care of their own retirement and save money, right? Well, many sure would like to, but taxes and contributions are about 40% of salaries for the average worker.
Yeah, and they also can't make them lower because they have to take the money and give it to the boomers.
In the highest tax brackets, one of the highest in the world. Together with the rising cost of living and sluggish wage growth, this makes it especially hard for young and middle-aged Germans to generate savings for their own retirements. One of the best investments, wealth generators and places of comfort and security, is owning your own place. But due to a mix of NIMBYs preventing new development, increasing mountains of new regulations making building more expensive,
thank you, bro.
And millions of people immigrating to Germany in the last few decades, the housing supply is deeply behind demand. Renting and buying real estate. And
it has become so fucking expensive. Also, with all the immigration, just in the last 10 years, 5 million people
metropolitan areas where young
people
actually want to live is so expensive today that even couples with a dual income and good jobs have a really hard time affording it. The generational contract in Germany is broken.
Yeah. And with this generation contract, everything breaks. Like, I don't have an incentive to work anymore. I could just sit here. Literally, I don't have an incentive to work. Why? I literally, the taxes are very high. I can't afford a place. How about I just don't work? I get money from the state because they just shoved this into your ass. Okay, not anymore, but under some parties they would literally do this. I get rent, and I even get a free pension. Or I could work, waste my life, get not merely enough money for what I'm worth, have to give like 30, 40, 50% of my money to the state. And in the end, my entire benefit out of this is that I will be able to work even longer than these guys did.
And yet, some media voices continue to frame all this as a failure of young people's financial habits. The reality is complicated, and misleading narratives permeate the media.
Advertisement. No.
And now, back to the video. Young Germans are condemned to pay off a huge loan on the future that the older generations have generously granted themselves.
Yeah. Also the new 50, I think, billion Sondervermögen. The new special money, special loan they just did under the government, very, very sneaky. This is also why Friedrich Merz hated. Literally has been used to fill entire, especially these holes, these like they said they would put it in military schools. Didn't happen. Put it in this. Nice.
And they don't have the power to change this by voting, because German parties just have no incentive to help young people.
Yes, exactly.
Demographic decline in a democracy is a feedback loop. When seniors are the largest group of...
I talked about this. Yeah, it's very good video. He's touching upon all topics.
Of voters, politicians make politics for them.
Yeah.
This leaves young Germans facing a hard time building wealth or getting their own.
And maybe I talked about a bit of the worst things, but maybe what's even worse is the fact that at the end of it all, I might just die somewhere in Russia. I would just die in Russia if I have a bad time, because maybe these politicians that don't care about me and my interests, just about these people, don't give any money, don't give me the opportunity to have children, stuff like this, that literally poison my food, feed me misinformation and propaganda, and then I might just die. I might just die early. I might just die as a 20-year-old, I don't know. And my life would have been a waste.
Own homes, which makes them even less willing to start families and have children, even if they want to. All of which is making the demographic crash worse. Germany has become a society that works for the old and relies on the
downward spiral.
Young, making it really hard to create new young people. Baby boomers' lives are affected too. With unsustainable pension funds, inevitably millions of older Germans will have to work much longer than they thought.
Yeah, sorry, didn't get enough kids. Sorry, this is just the price you get.
A retirement age of 70 or higher is already being discussed. Today, about...
Yeah, bro. Right now it's like 65.
20% of German pensioners live in poverty, and that rate is all but guaranteed to increase significantly in the 2030s. Still...
Nice. Nice. Also very nice for these people. Maybe they should have just took the system for the rent and said, maybe don't do it like this. Maybe we actually take the money of the person and put it inside of a fund. Again. And not like this. Yo. The master. Hello. How are you doing? Oh, interesting symbol next to your name. Okay, can't see it on here. 0 viewers. Bro, come on. One viewer. How are you doing? Oh yeah, pretty good. Yes. Like, regarding the fact I'm sitting in an empty chat room. There are some better times in streaming, but yeah. And as from this, pretty good. Currently watching the Germany is Over video from Kurzgesagt. Today is political stream, so yeah, kind of fitting. Sit back, relax, enjoy. Hear me ranting a bit about my home country.
And boomers in total own the vast majority of Germany's wealth. Germans are even arguing about to what extent the costs of social systems have gotten out of hand.
Yeah, it's way too much.
Even in a high-tax country like Germany, there's plenty of wealth disparity and opportunities to tax the rich and take pressure.
This is a bit of a bullshit call, I think. Because we talk about all these systematic issues. And this is just another way to to put this into the future. Like all the policies they do, it's so fucking retarded. Yeah. You're always sitting back. I'm sitting back. We're having a nice time. You know, kurz gesagt, right? Kurz gesagt, great channel. Like these guys right here, can't literally come up with a solution to anything except of curing the symptoms, not the disease. It's
pressure off workers, although of course the details are fiercely debated, so we'll not get into this right now. But
I
the
think
scale
the immigration point comes
of
next.
the gap between what workers
Also very
pay and
important.
what's needed to cover boomers' pensions is so enormous that even raising taxes would only buy a bit of time. And beyond pensions, the welfare and healthcare systems Germans rely upon may become unaffordable in the 2030s.
Yeah. Also, the next problem. Right now, being discussed here in Germany, they just cut something. They just like reworked the entire system, but they worked in a shitty way. And so basically, where do you live? Probably not in Germany. But basically, Germany is turning into a living shithole. Like, I'm living in Germany, you know? I'm living in Germany. And it's turning into a living shithole. And India, yeah. And because of this, it's over. It's over. It's over right here. It's over. Way too old population. Everything in general, way too shit, too much immigration, too much cost, too much taxes, stuff like this. List goes on and on.
The vast majority of healthcare costs occur during the last quarter of your life. So just as the healthcare workforce is shrinking due to demographics, the numbers of patients will explode.
Awesome.
The waiting time for a specialist doctor is already months in the state healthcare system.
Yeah. Next thing.
Okay, but what about immigration? Whatever your opinion on immigration is, pro or against, please put it in a box and ignore it for a moment. We only want to look at it from one perspective.
This is actually a good opinion. The first good opinion I've seen about immigration in this matter in a while.
Can it solve the population crash?
No! Short form answer. No, it can't.
Let's look at the population again. If a country's pyramid looks like this and you want to stabilize it at the bottom, immigration won't do that. For one, it doesn't actually make your country that much younger. In Germany, the birth rate of most of its immigrants isn't higher than the locals.
Number one.
If new immigrants have more children, they tend to adjust to the rest of the population within 2 generations. Sure, immigration over the last few decades has delayed the coming crash.
Yeah, it has delayed the crash. Or make it even worse.
And in the transition period, we'll run into serious worker shortfalls, especially in healthcare and nursing. So zero immigration doesn't seem wise or feasible. But there's a problem. If birth rates stay as low as they are, or go down even more, then the German population will continue to shrink. And to keep it stable, it would constantly need to be replenished by
literally the replacement theory.
New immigrants, until they age and themselves need new immigrants to pay for their retirement. No matter if you think this is a good idea or not, it's not actually possible. Birth rates are crashing everywhere. Eventually, immigration around the world will slow down massively. The world is running out of young people. So,
Nice.
Immigration can delay the issue a bit and ease the consequences, but that's it.
Yeah, it's similar to Korea. Exactly. Low birth rates, people are getting older and older. Economy is crushing them, literally. And yeah, exactly. Good point. Yeah, but this is actually the first good opinion I've heard about this. Because I don't know if you know this, probably not, but in Germany you have a very, very big debate about immigration, especially from the Middle East, you know, like Arab, Turkey, stuff like this. And the big argument for immigration is basically that it will fix this and help us. You know, we need it for the economy. Which is kind of true. But immigration alone will never be able to fix the economy. This is a big thing. Most people don't talk about this. But immigration will it can never fix the economy. The economy needs to be fixed in the actual state by having more children. But, and this is also important, immigration is somewhat counterintuitive to this. Because more immigrants, higher housing costs, for example, and lower overall stability, societal stability. It's like a feedback loop. And so it isn't able to fix it, but it's the main argument people who like immigration use.
Germany either has to solve its demographic crash or its welfare state and pension systems will break. Conclusion and opinion part. So, how over is Germany? The demographic crisis is the greatest danger to German living standards and social cohesion. And the same crisis is unfolding in all.
Actually funny, because I'm currently thinking about it. The thing is, here in Germany, many young people don't actually care about this. Not care, but there is no big societal protest, I would say. Maybe you remember climate change protests. You know, a few years ago, Fridays for Future. Maybe something rings in your brain. Now, climate change is another issue, but there were so many people, especially young people, on these demonstrations. And now we have probably, I would say, bigger problem, because it's closer to us, it's more personal. And there's nothing, you know? Okay, Fridays for Future is kind of that, like all these big protest things that came up at around 2019, 2020, all that, to be fair, all that. But still, it's very interesting that there's almost no criticism of this, you know? I think most people just either say, okay, we're cooked, or I think also might be something, most people actually know what we would need to do this. So immigration can actually help anything here. So this is out of the window. We would need to get more children, but many women don't, for some reason, don't want to have children in this country. We have a very, it's not hostile yet, but it's close to it. Very close to it.
Western countries. Things are about to escalate in Germany, Italy, France and Poland, but the same issues are also on the horizon in the US, Argentina or Canada. The reality nobody wants to talk about is that solving the
Korea.
Demographic crisis will be very painful. It will require sacrifices from everyone, and politicians seem incapable of addressing it honestly.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's Friedrich Merz. Yeah, it will be. Actually, this is a problem with democracy. It will require a strong hand, a very strong hand, and much sacrifice from everybody to do this. But with this system right now, we won't actually be able to solve it, because we don't have a strong hand, and nobody wants to sacrifice.
But to solve the demographic crisis for real, something no nation has done successfully so far might mean doing things that are intensely unpopular with older voters.
Yeah, with older voters.
Instead of spending 25% of Germany's entire budget on the elderly, especially the wealthiest among them, we could invest more of it in families, paying for housing and childcare, and making it an amazing deal to have a big family. More than anything, our attitude to kids and families needs to change. Demographics move slowly, but then unstoppably. The next few decades will be rough, but our societies can decide just how rough, and what kind of societies will emerge on the other side.
Okay, nice. Sorry, I need to read your message, it's very long. But yeah, good video. Again, general good channel. Also for like science stuff. Science stuff. Oh, terra nuking. Okay, immigration might fix the economy or at least stabilize it. Example in the is if you kick more Indians out of the country, according to Trump, most of the Americans or locals need the job opportunities. Its own people, yes, I agree to some point, but according to the reports by it, employees actually need Indians and Chinese for the engineering skills. By kicking the you're talking probably about H1B1. Yeah, but the problem is it's actually kind of a trap. You are right. I think if I get you right, that they kind of need it. But first of all, as we already said, especially foreign, like for example Indian, for example engineers, are not actually quite as worthy as American engineers. There's, for example, a study on this. Yeah, H1B. Okay, H1B. For example, a study on this regarding, I think it was programming. And basically, I think it was actually Indian programmers programmed about half the code. We're talking only lines of code here. It's of course a very generous measurement because you can like scale it up, but you can kind of imagine, especially when you hear the thing, they were just able to generate a bit more than half of what an American coder would do in the same time. So they are just in this regard not just unworthy, they're just worthless. But the thing is that they're much cheaper to get. So you have several companies have several advantages to hiring Indians than hiring local people, or in this example Indians, because the Indians, they get much less pay, and probably more importantly, if they should ever like rebel, like unionize, something like this, you can just fire them and they're just out. So you get two big problems out of the way by just hiring a cheaper person. Maybe then you buy 2 or 3 for the same price as one local coder. They generate less code, but it's okay because they also take way less pay. And you have a lot of them. So maybe it balances kind of out. And if they ever rebel against you, you can just fire them and they're gone. And you can buy 3 more, or 5 more, or 10 more, you know? This is actually a fucking joke. It's a trap. Not only for the local population, but also for the Indians, because they are just worthless pieces of meat being chucked around. And you can just say, okay, I want them. Okay, now I don't want them anymore. And you can just drop them and they're gone. Just like this. Yeah, and actually same in Germany. Like in Germany, you also have like immigrants, you know, but well, they don't do shit. Or they do a bit, but they are way less. They're doing way less than the Germans. But okay, in Germany is also the notion that many, especially hard pro immigration liners. Oh, what's going on with my hair? They just want them immigrants in the country no matter what. no matter what happens. They just want immigrants in the country, and that's it. That's their opinion. Yes. Yeah. 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 Don't I don't think there's much more I can react to right now. I didn't search for anything more. Who the fuck is Jake Gordon? Oh, that's good. Interesting, but maybe not for today. Anything else I want to do? Like Japan trying to fight Muslims? Yeah, but that's something different. That's just something with culture, and they see the decline that has appeared here in Europe. And they don't want it in their own country, which is pretty strong. They, like in Germany, you just don't have the political strength to do things like this. You know? Okay. Nice stream, I think. Is there anything we could do today? It's but I need to upload the video. Yeah. Sorry, Master. I think it's time to end the stream for today. It's getting late here in Germany. I hope you at least enjoyed the few bits we had here together. At least a tiny bit. And if you want, you can follow me. I'm streaming. I'm not into music, sorry. I'm streaming every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And maybe in the future, a bit more. It's 2:51 a.m. Okay, maybe you should also go to bed. Just as probably weekend for you too, but still. If you want to, leave a follow. But I think I will end the stream for today. Tomorrow I will be reacting to the Eurovision Song Contest. If this is something that interests you, it's about music. You seem interested in music. Maybe go to bed. Maybe have a nice sleep. And see you in the next one. Yeah, important. School is very important. Nice. See you in the next one. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.